Hi guys, Justin here, welcome Farm 26, and yeah, we're back to Coulter. But so I was greasing it this morning and I said, you know what, I haven't given you guys that video on the big service, and I don't know how big of a service we're really going to do. We might just swap a few discs out. I've been kind of really checking it over, but this Coulter here, I don't know if you can see that, this is going to be what the big service will be all about. And to be honest with you, they're all tight really except for this one, and yeah, we'll get you in on it. Let me get a couple tools. Alright, so I don't know how well you can see, but there's a strap here and there's bolts on both sides. We'll just zip him off. What all that strap does, and there he is, I mean, he's nothing crazy. He's just a little strap. All he really does is keep your dust cap from getting knocked off when it hits a rock. And yeah, here we go. Hammer and a punch. If I can find that lip. Oh, don't be stubborn. Don't make me run to the shop and get an actual chisel. Well, I gotta find a chisel. Well, chisel wasn't to be had, but I had this one laying around that had been kind of scabbed up, and just put a point on him. He'll work. But yeah, just tip him a little bit. Knock your dirt off, so you don't want any more of that dirt in than you have to. Go to the other side. He should pop right off. And if you're kind of curious about the point I put on, I mean, that should be a close-up. It's a point, but it's dull. You won't cut into your cap then. Alright, now take your clean rag. Well, I don't know about clean, but take a rag. Give him a good wipe. And see what the deal here is. I might move you around a little bit. Hopefully I don't get too much in your... Maybe it'll shorten you too a little bit. It's hard to see, I kind of got sunlight in... Ah yeah, you're all right there. I got sun's kind of shining at me. But yeah, under here there's just a split pin. And all you gotta do is catch them and fold them so you can pull them. This ain't real. I mean, this isn't anything anyone can't do. There, and he should walk out pretty easy now. Grab him with a vice grip because you know your fingers are just all greased now. There he walks out. I'm just tightening him, so we'll I'm going to put them back in. You end up tightening just about every one of these throughout the year. And this is what happens. I'm sure this is another one of those that's just starting to stretch. And he's not tight. I mean, he won't sit there and wheel on you, but just all you got to do is snug him up. That's all he needs. I do have some more bad news. My tire guy's on his way. Well, I don't know about on his way right now, but I'm on his list. I know this time of the year he gets kind of busy. But yeah, that's what's to it. And here's one that I like to do now that you've got him all loosened up, and I shouldn't say loosened up, he's tightened up now, but since you got him all open, you can take and pump some of that old grease out. And you'd swear that I don't grease these things, but you'd be surprised how much grease I do go through in a year. It's starting to push. Not a lot, but okay. Get rid of that gob. That's an old grease gun, that one. I should get rid of it. Trouble is, it's hard to get a grease gun that's reliable anymore these days. And you know, the battery ones are nice, they're fine. If you got one and use one, that's great. But you know what? When you're 5 miles away and your battery dies, and you realize that, hey, the pickup's 7 miles away, that's why I use these hand ones. There. Well, you get the idea. Let's see if I can get a clean finger to stop you. Well, I don't know how well you can see that or not, but there is some pink grease coming through now. Let's throw our cap back on. And whatever you do, don't hit it there. I mean, just go around the edges. If you can't hit the edges, I mean, it's not hard to do. If you can't hit the edges, get yourself a drift and put it on the edge. I mean, I don't like doing it because that dents the cap, but I mean, if you hit the middle of the cap, it's just gonna, yeah, you're gonna smash it flat, and then it's gonna be running into your nut. And I'm not gonna say the whole world goes to hell, but well, I think that kind of happened now, didn't it? Or at least the U.S. anyway. But that's not here or there. There. Take a little bit of that grease that we had extra on the back. It's better than nothing. Give them a tighten. And by the big service, what I normally do is every year at one point, and I normally wait till they start getting, a few of them that are getting sloppier like that, I go through and I tighten just about every single one. When I do that, it's normally only, you know, half a turn on that nut, but yeah, I sure wish they wouldn't stretch. Well, I think I'm going to keep going and one at a time, get them done, get them ready. But I think before I sign out of this one, I'm going to go show you the Ford. So there's our problem on the front. I mean, the top looks fine, but yeah, she's a little squatty down here. It happens every year. I've got a tire or two that, you know, you got to do. Some years it's more than that, some years it's less. But nice thing is those backs are holding up real good. You can still see all the numbers and whatnot, but them little casting lines, they're finally starting to wear off a little bit, so it's not like we haven't been using it. But yeah, we're gonna have a tire guy come, and I don't know if we got to get new ones on it or not, or I sure hope we don't have to get new ones, but if we do, we do. Hopefully you can patch it up and we'll get through the year. So I handed the TW and the Coulter off to Dad, and yeah, here he comes. He'll kind of live in this machine for a while, but yeah, I did. I got them all greased and tightened up, and maybe this is a little better shot. I know it's kind of windy, but maybe it's got a little bit that's coming up. That's what you want. That's going to give you, well, right now we're doing it just so there's a little bit of this black up on top for the chemical to touch. Your pre-emergence, they got to have soil contact, and if you don't have it, you aren't going to get you're not going to get what you want out of them. So much it gets stuck in the corn stalks. Soybeans, they cover up good enough, so this is all we got to go before the sprayer. And this is the last field. It's to them far trees there, to those far pine trees there, and yeah. As you can see, Dad's clipping along, getting something done. He does a good job with that machine. He spends a lot of hours on it. And here you go. I just thought I'd give you, I'm not going to talk when he goes by this time, but just another view of it. Again. Alright, well that's enough messing around. So this is our ride home, and this is going to kind of be the end of my video here. I'm just going to show you what the next is. Right there, we're getting closer to some corn. Yeah, we'll see you when I get home. Well, with this guy in the yard and Dad going with the Coulter, I think we're going to call the end of that one, and on to the next. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Catch you later.